So I've made my base already, and I'm going to show you how I did that because it's exactly the same for the lid. So you're going to need some chipboard, and you're going to need 2 pieces that measure 4 7/8 by 4 7/8, and then you'll need 8 smaller pieces that measure 4 7/8 by 1 inch. We are going to place our chipboard onto our card, so I'll just show you what it's going to look like, and then I'll go ahead and glue it down. In fact, I might need a bigger piece of card, so I will change that, but I'm just giving you the idea of how this will look. Okay, so that's what you need to do. So you need to glue them in place. Okay, so that's what it will look like now, and we just want to run our bone folder along the edges and also down the sides here. To cut straight across here, so we're going to cut at an angle, and you want to leave about 1/8 of an inch gap here and here. So we're going to cut at an angle like so. Okay, and then we're going to come to this section here, and we're going to cut down the middle to here, but you want to also leave a gap here so it folds over nicely. So just cut up like so, and then just cut off the excess here to give you a little tab to fold in your corners. Okay, then we're going to do the same again on this side. Cut at an angle, leaving 1/8 of an inch between the chipboard and these edge here. Cut down the middle, and then cut off the excess like so. So can you see what I've done? So you're going to repeat the same on the other side. And then we're going to come in with our bone folder, and we're just going to give them a good crease over and a nice burnish. So I'm going to get my liquid glue, and we're going to start off by folding these larger sections over first. And fold that over and give it a good press. And you'll do the same for the other 3. We're going to get our bone folder, and we're just going to run it between the chipboard pieces to fold up the sides. To fold in our corners, so we're going to fold them up like this, and then that will wrap around like that. Okay, so we want to add some glue here and also the outside here. Now I need to remember that because I could go wrong. I'm just going to use hot glue for this bit just to make it a bit quicker. So we're going to add hot glue here and fold up our sides and press that down, and then that will wrap round like so. So we're going to add some glue here and press that down. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Then ideally I want the outside flaps to all go the same direction, so I need to remember that. So again, add glue to the inside on that tab here. I'm going to lay it flat so then it's all straight and even. Press that down and add glue to this one and fold that over. And there we go. So you're going to do exactly the same to the other side. So there we go. So that is the lid almost complete. I've put some cardstock inside just to cover the mess that's inside. I've not got the measurements for them. You can just cut them to however you want. And then I've got the paper on the outside, and they measure 4 7/8 by just under 1 inch. Okay, and again I've distressed the edges. I've not done the top because we're going to have the roof that's going to go over the top like so, and then we have these bits here that's going to go, let me see if I can get it to show you. So this triangle bit is going to go here like that, and then that's going to go on there, so you're not going to see the top of the lid, so there's no point adding paper to that. Okay, so that is the lid done. So we've got the base and then we've got the lid, and there we go. How nice does that look? And as you can see, I've added the matching paper on the bottom and on the top to what it is on the cover. So yeah, so now we're going to add the other part to our lid, which would be the roof. I have done it already. I haven't filmed me putting this together because it's very similar to when we did the cover. So you'll need 2 pieces of chipboard that measure 6 1/4 by 5, and you'll place them next to each other, again leaving a gap so it's able to fold up. And then you get some card of your choice, and then you're just going to cover it and wrap it around your chipboard and then fold it so you've got your roof shape. Then we're going to get some more chipboard, and these are going to be going here like so, and we're going to cover this with card as well, piece of card here. So imagine this is the chipboard, okay, and you'll need a piece that measures 5 by 4 1/4. So let me just line this up to make sure that I've got it the right way. I think I did it that way. Yes, I did. Okay, so we're going to have the 5 inch along the top. So you're going to get a pen and a ruler, and we're going to, along the 5 inch side, going to tick mark at 2 1/2. So 1 2 3 2 1/2. If I can get my pen to work. 2 1/2, and then we're going to do it on the bottom here. 2 1/2. Okay, so can you see I've tick marked 2 1/2 and 2 1/2 there, and then along the 4 1/4 inch side we're going to tick mark at 2 1/8 on both sides. Like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to draw a line. Okay, so we're going to draw a line from this mark to here. So I'm going to line that up from this one to here, and then straight across. Like so. So that's your first piece. Going to turn it around, and we're going to put a line from here to here, and also here to here as well. You can get your paper trimmer. I'm just going to use my scissors, and we're just going to cut on that line here. So, and then you will end up with 2 pieces of your chipboard like that. I've stuck my chipboard to my card, and as you can see, I've cut off the excess and left just under 1/2 inch to wrap around my chipboard like this. Now you'll see here that these bits are not perfect where the corners are, because you can still see it. I'm not bothered, because you're not going to see that. If I was going to see it, I'd probably take a bit more time to do it properly, but as you're not going to see it, it doesn't matter. If it does bother you, you could always go over with another piece of white card and just cover that up. But like I said, you're not going to see it at all, so I didn't see the point. And what you want to do is you want to cut your corners. Where you have these points, you want to cut at an angle, and you want to do it at a sharp angle, so then when you wrap it over, it's not going to overhang your chipboard here or here, if that makes sense. So hopefully that makes sense. So give them a good sharp trim here. Okay, as you can see, that's what I've done. So I'm just gonna glue this down. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm making this as I go along, so it'd be best for you to watch the whole tutorial first before making it, because if there's any mistakes, then you know you won't get any. So and fold that over. Just going to tuck that bit in. Like so. Okay. So there we go. So that is those bits done. And like I said, you're not going to see the back of it anyway, because it's going to get covered up. We need to cover this bit up because you will see this, but once they're stuck in and the lid is on it, you are not going to see it. Okay, as long as we make sure we cover this bit up, we are good to go. So I've made these hinges, I think they're called, or I don't know, but anyway, these things. And I've attached one of them triangles already. So I was originally going to put this on the inside, but then I thought, well, once I've got the roof on, it's going to be difficult to try and stick these down. So I've stuck the largest one to attach to the box on the inside, and then I've stuck the 2 smaller ones on the outside. Now you are going to see these underneath here, but that's the only way I'm able to attach it to my roof. And I'm going to put pattern paper on here as well, and I'm going to put matching paper over the top so it blends in. And we have our hinges, tabs, things, and I've just cut them so they measure the same, well, near enough the same as the bottom here. So the largest one is 1 inch by, let me just check what it was. I think I did it at 4 3/4, but you could do it bigger if you want, just adjust it. And I scored it at 1/2 inch on the 1 inch side, folded over, and then just cut at an angle, added some tape, and then that's going to go on the bottom here on the inside. And then on the outside we've got 2 smaller ones, and again 1 inch, and I think these were, what did I make these? 3 inches. So 1 inch by 3 inch, scored a 1/2 inch on the 1 inch side, and then again cut at an angle. Now you will have to cut these quite pointy, because in fact, did I do it that way? So then it's going to, you know, not stick over the edge here. And also here. So what I've done is I've distressed the inside, because this bit is going to be the part that you see. Okay, and did I do it this side? Yep. And also here as well. So they will get stuck on the edge there. I hope this makes sense. So I might have to trim that down a bit more. These down. So I'm going to attach the big one first, and then we can attach it to the lid. So I've got some double-sided tape, and I'm going to use my glue gun, and I want to try and get right up into the corners. And obviously I'm using hot glue, so I'm going to have to be quick. You could take more time. And you want to line up that fold with the edge. So line up that fold with the edge of your triangle along the bottom. Okay, so then that will get attached on the other side, and it will stick on there like so. So let's peel this one off. Again, I'm going to have to do quite quick because it will dry quite rapidly. And I'm going to stick that on like so. And there we go. So that's that attached now. And we're going to get the smaller pieces, and we're going to attach them on the other side. Again, you want to line up the fold with the edge here, and also the same on the other side. Okay, so there we go. So that's them now attached on the roof. I've added some card underneath the paper, and that measures 10 1/8 by 6 1/8. And then I cut 2 pieces of pattern paper for underneath the roof bit. They measure 4 3/4 by 6 1/8. And then on the other side, I did one big piece that's 10 by 6. Okay, so that's what that now looks like. And I've also cut some smaller strips of this to go over the top here to cover that up. So now we're going to have the difficult bit of trying to get this to line up. So I've had a little play, and what I decided to do is to line up the edges with my paper. So let me show you here. If I can get it in the middle. So this point is obviously going to go where that fold is. Okay, and then I'm going to line up the edge here with the paper here. Can you see? So let me see if I can get it up there. So then fold this one over, and then line this one up like so. And then hopefully on the other side, this is so difficult to try and hold this all in the same place, then I can line up this side with the paper as well. So then that way I'm hoping that that's central, and we can cover this bit up with this patterned paper here. I'm really nervous about this, guys. I'm hoping that this turns out all right, because if it doesn't, then it will be a nightmare. So let's go. Okay, let's just do it. Let's do one at a time, I think. So I'm going to peel off the backing. I don't want to do liquid glue for this. Yeah, I think I'm going to do liquid glue, because then at least it gives me a bit of wiggle room to maneuver it, whereas hot glue I think won't. So let's go for it, guys. So we're going to put this point where this fold is, and we're going to line this edge here where this paper edge is here. Oh god, guys, keep your fingers crossed this works. Okay, in fact I'm gonna have to lay it down and do it that way. You can see I'm shaking because I'm so nervous at this. Usually I make my stuff in advance and I know my measurements and things like that, but I thought, do you know what, I'm going to eyeball this and just go with it and see how it turns out. So this is going to be the tricky bit, because you've got to hold the roof as well as this bit here. Okay, let's see, line that up. I need to make sure that the point is there. Is that about right? I think so. Got to hold that in place and try and not move it. And let's hope it comes out all right, guys. I think we're going to have to wait a few minutes for each side to dry. So I'm going to let that dry and then we'll do the next bit. So I've peeled the backing off that tape and I've added some liquid glue, and now we're going to line up the other side. Okay, so that's that side done, and I've stuck the matching paper so you'll never know. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick these down again, line up the edge with this tab here with this paper, and also the same on the other side. Stick your paper on here and then yeah, hopefully it works, guys. Okay, so that's now on, and you can see I've added the pattern paper to cover up those tabs, and then I've just cut out some triangle shapes to cover the front. So, moment of truth, guys. Let's have a look. Is it gonna look right? Let's put it on. If I can pick it up. Ah, look at that. Yes. Oh my god, that is gorgeous. Oh, I'm so happy with that. And look, you can see where we've added that paper and it doesn't look messy under there. And we're going to add a whole, well, some circles here for the whole, you know, for the opening. And oh yes, so happy with that. And I've got this border die that's come in the kit in that bundle, and I've cut some strips here just to show you. In fact, I've got one here that's plain, and I've got one with some blue washi tape on to the house. I actually really like that because that looks a bit washed out. How stunning will that look? Yes, I love it when a project comes together. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's have a look. What do we want to do now? Oh my goodness me, I'm so excited about that. I don't even know where to go next. I think I'm going to cut some of these borders out and add them to my roof. Cut out some circles for the opening. Then I'm going to go ahead and add my paper to the inside of the lid and also the inside of the base. And then that is practically the outside done, apart from adding some embellishments and decorations to it. So I'm going to leave that here, guys, and then we're going to come back for part 3, and we're going to do the actual pages for the album and then just finish it off basically. But oh my god, I'm so happy. Look how stunning that turned out. Oh gosh, I really hope that you enjoyed this, you know, is enjoying this series so far, and you know, is liking what the house looks like. And oh yes, anyway guys, join me for part 3 tomorrow. Take care, guys. See you soon. Bye.